it's April from Does God Love Us? And we're going to go into a topic today that has really been heavy on my heart. It's interesting because I see all these people walking around. A lot of times I'll be on my lunch break or, whatever I'm doing, and I'm watching people and they're going around from their day to day, just doing stuff, going to get groceries, going to their jobs, going out to eat with friends, hanging out with friends, going to the movies, going to do whatever it is that people, a lot of the different things where people just figuring out what's for dinner. Everything is structured in their routine, and they're doing their things and they're living their life. Those of you who go to church, you listen to the sermon, yay, okay, I'm ready for the next week and everything. But I'm curious if you guys look at each and every single person that you see standing in line at the store, driving by you. Maybe the person that you just gave the finger to because they were going too slow and you were driving and you have a little bit of road rage. Or maybe it's the person that is standing out there holding a sign, will work for food, or need food for my kids, homeless, whatever it is. Maybe it's the person that you are fishing next to. Maybe it's your best buddy. Maybe it's your kids. I mean, it could be anybody. But when you look at those people, I hope you understand each and every single person is immortal. None of us have souls that will die. We will live forever. This body, yes, it will be destroyed. But us, what makes up us, not our skeletons, I won't get into all that in case some of you get grossed out, but you know what I mean. That doesn't make up us. On this earth it does, but what makes up us is our soul. That is immortal. Now, here's the serious part. It's going to one of two places. It is either going to be in heaven or it is going to be in hell. And you get to choose. You get to choose only for yourself. That is it. You don't get to choose for anyone else. It does not matter what you do. You can talk to your blue in the face. You can, whatever it is, you don't get to choose for anyone but yourself. However, you can talk to people. You can try to be influences on them. You can try to, witness to them. But I find it interesting because even myself, this is not something that I'm saying everyone else. Believe you me, something I think about, fight with, and deal with every single day because I am certainly not perfect. And there's times where I'm like, okay, I don't want to be pushy about this. I don't want people to think I'm, just gonna be preachy to them all the time. Whatever it is that makes us kind of back off. And right now, in this day and age, I'm gonna tell you that the big thing that I have run into and that I have noticed is everyone has their truth. And the problem is, there is an absolute truth. But good luck. Good luck in this day and age where everyone is like, oh, everyone will find their way. That's the huge thing is, well, I'm doing good things. I believe there's a higher power and, I'm good to people, so I'm going to get there my way. And if you try to say, well, there's an absolute here, there is a way laid out in the Bible that tells you how to get to heaven. And if that is not the way that you take, I'm sorry, I didn't make the rules here. Only the creator of the universe and everything and you, and the reason that any of this is the world, the earth, us, it's his rules and he knows best. But hey, you go ahead. You pick your truth. And you don't want to come off as a jerk, obviously. But it's really hard because there are definitely people who are going to be like, well, look, don't push me. I have my thing. Again, we're in a day and age where it's so easy to offend people. So easy. Well, you're telling me that my way is wrong. How do you know that? How can you know that? You can't know that. You can't. It's hard. You will get pushback. You will get that whole thing where you can't speak for me. And it's hard. It hurts your heart. It makes it super tough because there's so many people that do fall in the realm of thinking that they know that their truth is what's truth. It's almost as if, well, if I say this is my truth, then this is the truth. And that's what people are into. So it's really hard. It's hard to tell people, hey, your truth of I do good things is not going to get you to heaven. You cannot work your way to heaven. You can't. There is one way to get to heaven. And people aren't going to like you. They're going to think you're judgmental. They're going to think that you must think you know it all, that you're a hypocrite. They're going to come back to you with, well, do you know that back in the day, they used to take Native Americans and beat them and make them go to schools, and they would like do all these horrible things to make them believe in God. There has been so much done that has hurt the message of the gospel. What about your relationship with Jesus, though? Your relationship with God. Sometimes I shy away from the word religion because the people that have been tortured or hurt or killed or whatever in the name of religion. But let's get back to where we're headed, and that is, either way, as a Christian, it's as if you know that there's a bridge out down there, and you know that every car that goes by you is going to go off that bridge and crash, and those people will die. And you have to decide, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Now, is the analogy perfect? No, it's not. Because if you go running out into the street, hey, do you know Jesus? Hey, are you a Christian? Hey, there are social norms. There are things where people are going to think that you're crazy that you can do. And there's living your life and talking to people and witnessing to them and showing them through your life, through the way that you deal with problems, through the way that you deal with them, through the way that they see you, that you may even talk about things, about how, they don't swear. That's interesting. Or, wow, they're always really happy. I wonder why. Just all the different things that you can do. But at some point, yes, you need to talk to them about God, about Jesus, about, do you know where you're going when you die? Because honestly, a Christian who is going to heaven when they die will know that. If you ask anyone and they say, I'm not sure, but I think, they don't know. They don't know. It's actually very easy to find out. Of course, you have these different little offshoots of religions. There's the Mormon religion. There's Jehovah's Witness religion. We could go on and on and on. But here's the thing. The way to get to heaven is this. It's pretty much the plan of salvation. You believe that God created everything. That God is the creator. That he is God. That he gave us free will. That there was sin and separation. So, Eve ate of the fruit, and that separated mankind from God. As I've spoke about in other videos, any of us would have done it. Every single one of us has sinned. So to say, well, that's not fair because of what she did, we all would have done it. We've proven it by the fact that we sin. So, separation from God. How do we take care of that? We don't. God does. So, God, through his love, and if you look at John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Wow, that's pretty rolled up in a nutshell. And you can explore all these different things, but really, that is the crux of it. God sent his Son because his Son was the only one who could take on the world's sins, everyone's sins, from the beginning to the end of the known time frame that we will be on earth. So he sends his only Son to die on a cross for us. He takes on the sin. Now it's up to us. We can say, Jesus, I believe that you died on the cross for me. I know I'm a sinner, and I know that the only way I can get repaired to God or spend eternity with God in heaven is to accept that gift of salvation. It's so easy. It's so simple. It's just that mankind has so much pride, and they don't want to think that that's how. They want to work for it, or they don't want to believe that there's a God. Well, really, so all this just happened. That takes way more faith to think, Wow, we have computers and clothes and chairs and cars and all this stuff that just happened. Cool. Okay. So repenting of our sin and saying, God, I've sinned. I believe that you sent your son, and accepting that gift. Now, does it end there? It's like, okay, I'm a Christian now. I can just move on and do whatever I want to. Those who have truly believed this and accepted Christ into your heart, you won't want to. It's almost like now there is a force that makes you not feel real good when you're doing these things. Oh, you can have your times, of course, where you're like, oh, this is, I'm having a great time doing this, whatever I want to. And I know God doesn't really like it, but you can kind of shut it off, but it's always there. It's always there, believe me. I know. I think all of us kind of know, but I know. I've done it. I've done it. So some people are like, okay, so eternal life, forever and ever and ever. How do you, heaven or hell? I mean, why wouldn't he just say, okay, whoever doesn't believe in me, you just disappear forever. You're done. You die. No more of you.